So this week's tip is about getting a nice clean edge as you're knitting. Many people try to tighten up the end stitch so that that big loop is gone, but they tend to do it the wrong way. So here we go. I'm going to show you what I learned in a workshop that I took from Patty Lyons, and I've used it ever since. So I'm doing this in garter stitch today because that is when you really do want to have a nice edge so you don't have to do anything else. So I'm going to knit to the end. Oh, but before I do, there is that loop that everybody hates. Okay? It's big, it's bigger than the others. And so what many people tend to do is they go like this and they pull it tight, and all it does is distort the stitch right here, so that pretty soon, especially if you're a beginner, you tend to want to knit both of those, which is a different technique that we use for short rows. But let's not go into that today. Okay, so here we go. One way that you can tighten up that loop is to knit the first stitch, put your finger on top of that stitch and just give it a little tug, just a little one. See how that closed up? Then tighten it to where a nice, reasonable tension, and then go on. Okay? So I'm going to knit to the end of this very quickly if I can. Maybe not so quickly. But anyway, so we're going to get to the other end. And there's a second way that you can get rid of that loop that occurs at the end of the row. And many people ask, well, why does that one have the loop and the others don't? Well, the stitches that are inside of the work, they have two sides that are hanging on to them. So it makes it, the loop, a lot more secure. But this last stitch is like, oh, only half of it gets tied down, okay? Again, leaving us that loop that we don't like. So, a second way that you can fix that loop is to knit the first stitch like we did before, go into the second stitch with the full size of the shaft, not the tip, but the whole shaft. Then give it a little tighten up, and there you go. Again, that loop is gone. Okay? So that's Roving Fibers Ramblings for this week. Hope that gives you some help. Below are my class schedules for this week, and I hope to see you. If not, have a great week of knitting.